Hi and welcome to another STAX video tutorial. Today we're going to have a look at adding the basic text control and performing a couple of operations with that, including changing the font color, the typeface and also the size of the font. So I've loaded up our demonstration app and I'm going to go to the palette on the top left and drag in the text control. As you can see, the text controls appeared in the canvas window. If I double click on it, I can then type in the text into the WYSIWYG editor and that text will appear in the control once I've clicked OK. To change the colour of the text, all I need to do is make sure that I've selected the text control and then I go to the front colour selector on the left hand palette window. Single left clicking on the colour control will bring up the colour radar where you can select whichever colour you want. Within the colour picker itself, you've got a number of different choices. You can either use the mouse select radar colour picker, or you can type in the RGB values or the hue and saturation values. So I've selected a white for our dark background, and then by clicking on OK you should see that the font colour actually changes to that white. At any point I can reposition the text simply by left clicking on the text control and moving it to any location I want within the canvas. So the next thing I'm going to want to do is change the typeface that I've used in the text control. I can do this by selecting the font drop down in the typography window to the top left of the screen. By clicking on the drop down list, I've got a fairly large selection of typefaces available and I simply select the font that I want and the change should be reflected straight away in the font control on the canvas. Whilst I'm in the typography options, I can also choose to change the size of the font by clicking into the font size box and typing in the numeric value that I want. After typing in the value, I just click enter and the changes are applied to the text control. It's also worthwhile noting at this point that you can freestyle change the size of the text by holding down the left control key on your keyboard and dragging the window by the handler in the bottom left. And that's all there is to adding a text control to a STAX application. Hopefully this has been useful and you'll all now be able to add text controls to your STAX applications.